Hey everyone, happy Monday night and welcome to our second Facebook Live on a Monday. I'm so excited to be with you. I am popping on just a few minutes before 7 so Facebook can give you a chance to let you know I've gone live, and it gives me a chance to make sure my settings look great. Welcome, welcome. My name is Anne Granger and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the beautiful town of Dorchester, Ontario, Canada, and I'm excited to be with you tonight. I am popping on an hour early. Usually I go around 8 o'clock, but it's summertime, so I'm kind of going to be playing with that time frame. But tonight, I'm a huge hockey fan, and tonight is the Stanley Cup Finals with the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers. Well, y'all know who we wanted to win because here in Canada, we haven't had a cup in 35 years. So I thought, I can't go live at 8 Eastern. That's when the game starts, so I'm coming an hour early. If you are watching live today, today is Monday, June 24th. Can you believe that? I actually saw a post today on Facebook, or someone said to me, 6 months till Christmas Eve. And I was like, what? No, we're just getting into like summer. How can that be? Anyways, if you're watching live, you're going to see the red live button up top. And if you're watching on the replay, maybe you've caught this video from my YouTube channel or my blog. We are excited you are here with us. All right, I'm just checking my settings, so I'm going to do a little bit of talking. I hope you've had a great day. It is a sunny day here. Not as hot as last week. It still was 29, but last week we had humidity and it made it feel like 42. So I think for my American friends, that's almost like 105, 106. It was hot. It's still warm today, but just not the humidity. Now there is a nice breeze, which does make a big difference. So I'm excited tonight because I'm actually showing you a scrapbook page. I actually fell in love with scrapping. That's how I actually got into Stampin' Up! I was a scrapbooker. I moved to my new neighborhood when my husband and I built our house, and I met some lovely neighbors that were scrapbookers, and I was like, scrapbooking, that's a really cool idea because you are telling your story through pictures, journaling, and you're recapping those moments that are very special to you. And I can tell you that when something major happens in your life and you lose a loved one, those pictures become treasures. I can't tell you how many of us probably have photos on our phone that we're not printing off these days because it's just easier to take a picture with a phone. We're not using big cameras, but we need to get those pictures off our phones and into albums because those are what generations are going to be able to recap and live. They're going to know who that person was. They're going to know what family events they did. Those are the things we want to talk about. But we just don't want to talk about like Christmas and birthdays. We want the everyday things. So maybe like something that happened on you today. Capture those daily moments is also very important. So as I said, when I first started, I was a scrapbooker. I started getting into scrapbooking. I started doing it. I loved it. Loved gathering with my friends. We would go to scrapbooking crops. We would eat chocolate. We would eat candy, like just have a great day. And I loved it because I had all these albums done when my girls were little. Then I heard about Stampin' Up! I loved it because everything coordinated. Back then, Stampin' Up! Did have scrapbooking supplies. And then I fell in love with card making. I still do both, but I'm excited to dive back into scrapbooking because Stampin' Up! Is actually going to be releasing a scrapbook line starting in September. This isn't new to Stampin' Up! Stampin' Up! Has always had a scrapbooking line, but then they took it away and brought in memory keeping. And products changed over the years, but Stampin' Up! Now realizes, especially with all our close to my heart makers coming over, that there is a need for this in the industry. So I'm excited to share with you that Stampin' Up! Will be carrying a full line of scrapbooking products, and you're going to see starting to roll out in September. Now, if you've been to my classes or you've been with me along this journey, you know I am a huge chocolate lover. Yep, AK chocolate. So here is my pretty bowl. This bowl is actually from my grandmother. Every time I would go to my grandma's house, I'd be like, oh, I really like that bowl. And she would write my name on it. So this is like Crystal from Dublin, Ireland. And I have chocolate. So I want you to grab a chocolate, grab a snack. Maybe you're having supper if you're my West Coast friends, or maybe having a late night snack if you're my East Coast friends. Grab a snack, grab a drink, and we're going to get started. I'm super excited to share my page with you. Now, let me just put this away. I did give you a sneak peek of the page, and I was like, come join me to see what it's all about. I will share that story with you when we are scrapbooking. All right. Hey Ashley, thanks for joining tonight. Hey Lori, hope you guys are having a great day. I'm excited to share what I'm showing you guys tonight. So please like, comment, and share my video. That is the best compliment you can give me. Interact with my video because that's how people see us and they're wondering, hey, what's going on in Anne's community? Come on over. We want more people part of the Stampin' Up! Community because this Stampin' Up! Community is amazing. It's contagious. Once you get hooked, you're forever hooked. It's a love at first sight. All right, let me flip my camera, and I'm so excited. Actually, when I go live at 7 o'clock, I can have my blinds open because the sun hasn't come around quite yet to that front tree. So I'm going to show you the products we will be using, and then we're going to dive in and create our scrapbook page. I am going to be doing a single 12 by 12 page with you tonight, but I actually have, it's a double page spread. And I just thought, for the length of the video, let's show you one half of the page. I'm going to put it together and I will show you what it looks like as a double page spread. Hey, Katie, thanks for joining me. Katie is actually Ashley too and Lori are good friends. And Katie and I have set a goal for this summer. We're both off in the summer that we are going to meet every Thursday. And we're not allowed to do cards. We're just doing scrapbooking. Katie is a huge scrapbooker too. So that is Katie and mine's goal. So follow along on our journey this summer to see what we actually get accomplished. I'm so excited. All right, let me flip my camera and we are going to get started. So you're going to see my beautiful blinds, my front view window, and I'm gonna pop you up. Now you should see my glass mat and I'd like to know how everything looks. So if someone can give me a thumbs up, if it looks great. View-wise, if I'm straight, I feel like I'm crooked. Katie, am I straight? Is it crooked? What do you think? To me, it looks crooked, but I don't know. Maybe, oh, there, I think it's straight right now. I think I fixed it. Okay, I'm trying to find the best view for everything. Okay, so let's get started. So tonight, we are using a stamp set called Forever Forest. If you are a person who likes to card make or scrapbook, this is one you're going to want to look at. Now let me show you where this is in the catalog. Hey Cindy, thanks Katie. Katie is saying it's straight. It's actually part of our Encore, which was on page 74 and 75. And that means that it was part of our previous catalog. So you're going to find it on page right here. 76, right down here in the bottom. So this is the stamp set we're using, and we're pulling in another one from an online exclusive. So let me show you the products, then we'll dive in. So here is the Forever Forest stamp set. Beautiful trees, very nature-like. I could see this card being used for sympathy, masculine birthdays, scrapbooking, definitely scrapbooking because that's how we're using it, right? Christmas projects, there's so much you could do with this. Camping, like Katie is a huge camping friend, so she would probably like this one. This reminds me of like stars in the middle of the night and the moon, of course. That is, and it is a red rubber stamp, so we're going to be using that tonight. Here are the dies. Now look at this. Cool dies that have mountains and trees, and then they have these trees that you can cut out as big, and then you can do individual trees. So this was a bundle, but it's not a bundle anymore because it's a carryover item. So it's called an Encore product line, which means you have to buy the stamp set and the dies separate. But trust me, after you see tonight's project, you're definitely going to want it. So we're using that. I'm also using the Alphabet La Mode dies. If you are a scrapbooker, these are great alphabet dies for you. We're going to show you. Now, I've already cut my words out, but I'm going to show you what I did with them to make it super easy. So you're going to want to add that to your list. We are also using this textured timber. Now, this is also another great stamp set for people who love nature. We are going to be using this set. This is one that you will find in our online exclusive. So you need to go to the online store. So if you went to my blog, so this address here is my blog, www.stampwithanne.com. Click shop now when you're on my blog. It takes you to the online store and you will find this textured timber under the online exclusives. Definitely after tonight, you're gonna wanna add that to your list also to buy. Now, 2 weeks ago, we did projects with the Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. But when I was looking at this paper, I truly saw landscape, and I knew that I had to figure out how to incorporate this in. And once you see my page and hear the story, my paper choices is going to make a lot of sense to you. So this is the Thoughtful Journey. It is a 6 by 6. You get 12 sheets of 4 sets of 12 sheets. So it's actually 48 sheets. So there's one and there's the other. Okay, so that's what we're using. And that is all we're gonna get started. So I think that's all I have to show you as product. Okay, we are starting with a boho blue 12 by 12. So right now you can only get our 12 by 12 papers in color families. I feel like I need to move this up a bit, or just move this up. Our 12 by 12 color families, but not to worry. Stampin' Up! Has told us that we are going to have Stampin' Up! Colors in all colors next year. So 12 by 12 will be in all the color lines, and you will find all that stuff next year on the online exclusives. I am super excited. Okay, so we're using that. I have already cut out 2 strips of cardstock. This is Mossy Mellow, also 12 by 12. Now you want to make sure it's 12 by 12 so it goes the length of your page. You don't necessarily want, you can use 8.5. You would just cut it at 6, but you'd have a line, so you want to make sure. So we're using 2 pieces of that. I will be posting this video on my blog, and I will upload it to YouTube. And I will give you all the measurements for my scrapbook page. So if you just want to watch today and comment and interact with me, let me know. Are you a scrapbooker? Have you dived into scrapbooking? Are you excited? I'd love to know. Okay, so remember I showed you this designer series paper, and you're probably thinking, well, Anne, how are you using this paper on your scrapbook page? So, as I said, I started looking, and I found this beautiful paper here that reminds me a lot of like the mountains. Very like mountainy, very like cool scene. I have cut this paper, which is a 6 by 6 to 3 by 6. So I have 2 of these and I have 2 of these, okay? Now, before we actually get started, we're gonna do a little bit of die cutting so that when we go to assemble, everything will be easy. So let's bring in our Baby Boss mini Stampin' Cut. This is a boho blue. Now, if you don't have one of these, it is on sale. It's 10% off to the end of June, June 30th. The reason why I love this, it's portable. I actually use this way more than I use my big one. The only time I use my big one is if I am using embossing folders. Okay, so this width is about 3 inches, so I'm just gonna cut off some of my paper here. So we're using boho blue, and we're going to use the mountains, look at this, cool mountains, for our page. Now, I'm going to show you one. I have already cut out what I need because just to speed up everything, we do really want to be done by 8 so we can watch that hockey game. Go Oilers, go. Okay, so let's show you what this looks like. Now, you're going to have it like this, and that's okay. Just cut that piece off. Oh, it's a little wonky, but that is what the looks like right there. You can see it, so it has that mountain, and here is the mountain die. So definitely want to add that. I've already cut us out what we need. Now, I'm just to show you, we are going to cut some trees. I just want to show you what the dies look like. I have already cut what I needed just to save us time. So we are going to use this die here. And let's just do a small die right here. Actually, you know what? We could probably do a bunch of dies at the same time because this tree set is beautiful. Okay, so there is our 3 trees. I'm cutting them in Mossy Mellow. So literally, I picked the colors from this paper. The colors for my inspiration tonight came from the Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. As I said to you, I was a scrapbooker, got more into card making, but I'm excited to get back into scrapbooking. I just think there's like there needs to be a story to be told, and everyone has a story to tell. Whether it's happy moments or sad moments, we all have that part of history that we need to document. Okay, so here is my one tree. I think that is what we're done cutting. Oh, I'm going to show you one tree, two trees. My little tree here is stuck. I just didn't get it cut all the way, so let me just fix that. And there is the big tree. So, like I said, this die set and stamp set can be used for many different things. Like I said, you can use it for scrapbooking or card making. I think of sympathy cards, I think of masculine cards, but truly there's many ideas. So I've already cut a whole bunch of these, so we're just going to set that aside. The next thing I wanted to show you is the alphabet. Now, when I bring the alphabet in, you will see what I mean. But what I did was let me move this out of my way because I think we're done with it, but I'm just going to put this over here. I actually use, and Kitty will know that I always forget to do this, so Kitty will be super proud of me, I use the adhesive sheets. So these are adhesive sheets that you put on. So when you cut out your letters, they already have the adhesive sheet on it. All you do is pull it out, pull it off, and then you put it down. Now, all it is you get it in like 12 by 12, you cut it off, and you lay it down, put it down, and then literally you just put your letters over top, and then when it cuts out, so you're going to want to do it this way, run it through your die cutting machine, and then you have your letters. So that is great. Hello, Annette. How are you? Annette is a big traveler, so she's going to appreciate these scrapbook pages. Okay, let's get into our creating. So this is where the fun part comes. So 12 by 12 boho blue. I have our 3 by 6 designer series paper, which is the Thoughtful Journey. Now I'm just going to come in a little bit closer so I can see what I'm doing. Hopefully my head is not in the thing. I am using the glass mat. If you've been following me the last few weeks on my videos, you know that I've just added this new thing to my collection, and I absolutely love it. Stamping, I use it all the time. It sits on my desk. I love it for stamping, assembling, everything. I have put those two pieces together to create what is going to look like a scene for our sky. I'm going to come in with my adhesive and use the, I'm using Seal, and I'm using the 6 by 6 strip. Now, once again, I'm just going to come and lay this down to make sure that this is hard to do when you're on camera. Make sure that I'm straight. And I wanted to just butt it right up to where that paper ended. Okay. Now, I'm going to come bring this up. Hopefully you can see. Let me see. Yes. So, and I will show you the finish. I am going to add this paper at the bottom. So let me add this. Maybe I need to make my stand taller so then it would be more of a what. I will definitely play with that for the next Facebook Live. Okay. I think I put these upside down. Oh well, we're going to do different from what my sample is, but that's okay. I don't think there's any right or wrong. Just how you look at the paper. Okay, so there is what that looks like. You can see we have our sky, we have green, and then we have our bottom. We're going to come in once again with our strip. Okay. And we're going to just bring it down here. Now this one's easier to do because I can see. Okay, so we're just going to put that like that. So there is the start of it. Now, we're just going to bring this over for a minute. I have crumb cake and I have crumb cake ink. We are using that textured timber. It's stamp set, which I told you can find on our online exclusives. So what online exclusives means is you will never find it in a catalog. Just think about like your favorite stores. Some stores have a selection in store, but then they have way more variety online. That is what Stampin' Up! Is doing. You're going to see certain products in our catalogs, but there's more variety in our online store. So this is where you will find this stamp set. We are using this big one that looks like a tree trunk. Great for nature pictures, camping, cottaging, however you want. Okay, and then we're just going to stamp it. And as I said, stamping on my glass mat is beautiful. I don't think I got that. So let's just flip it over. So sometimes when I have big images like this, I will flip my ink pad over. If it's a small one, I go right. Let's just push this down. The one thing I love about that, oops, I didn't do it again, but that's okay because power of a video. Maybe I just didn't get it right. Power of a video, ta-da! I have one cut out already for us. Wasn't that quick and easy? Power of a video. All right, so I am going to just set that aside for a minute. We are going to bring in, let me put this away so I don't stick my shirt in it. We are going to bring in, and I'm gonna put this away in my little basket. I have a basket that sits beside me, so I pull it up. We are going to bring in our mountains. As I said, we have cut 3 mountains from the Forest Forever dies. We are using Misty Moonlight, and we are going to use a blending brush. Now, the neat thing about this glass mat is you can blend on it. I've never tried it, so this is gonna be something new. Well, I'm just gonna do it off here to the side, so you can see. Maybe just let me bring my over here. And I'm gonna do like a really light touch. And I'm just gonna highlight the top of my mountains. So I'm thinking like it wants to look like the peak of a mountain. So a peak. So just kind of going like that. See how it just adds like a little bit more definition to our things? Okay, so we're gonna do all 3. So I'm going to rub on my glass mat, and then I'm gonna start in a circular motion, and I'm just going to go. And I'm going to continue that circular motion down. So you can see how I've done that. Looks really good there. And we're gonna do one more off. You don't wanna just blop down, because if you blop down, you're gonna get a big blob. And that's not, as you can see right here, I have a big blob. That's not what we want. We want it to be in a circular motion. And that's all I need. Now, the neat thing about the glass mat, let me show you, is it comes with a chamois. So let's clean this up. Look how nice and clean that is. And there's my chamois. You just run this under water and it cleans it. This glass mat right now is available for demonstrators to pre-order, or it'll be available for customers starting on July 3rd. And trust me, you're gonna wanna add it sooner than later, because I'm not sure. I'm hoping it'll be around for a while, but I don't know that answer. So with the glass mat, you get that, you get the chamois, and you get this cute little thing right here. I just brought in a paper towel because I really want to make sure that that is nice and dry so it doesn't get my paper wet. So we're just going to give that a minute just to, I can feel it, but okay, so that's what that looks like. And these are our blending brushes. This is the large. I think so. Yes, this is the large. They come in large and small. I would just hold my finger there. I will put a label on here that it will say Misty Moonlight. You can wash these, but I would just I prefer to have a brush for each of my colors. I prefer the small ones. I find them more easier to use. So that is our blending brush. Let's make sure that is dry. Now let's bring back in our layout. Okay, so this is where we're going to start to assemble. We're going to put one here, and I'm going to tuck it underneath my, okay, so let me just put some adhesive here. Oh, I think I might run out of glue. I think I saw a comment. Katie said, I like that stamp set. I thought you would, Katie. Okay, I need to bring this closer to me so I can tuck it in. Just like that. Oh, I had it in, tucked it underneath. hold on here. I should have probably put those down first. Okay, so there's one, and I just kind of lined it right up with my green. And we're gonna come in and do this next one. And I am going to put this behind. So I'm gonna put this one behind. So let me do that. So let's just tuck this one right like that. And then this one I'm going to bring in. So what I'm doing is overlapping the mountains to make it look like, now I'm gonna actually have to bring this just sideways so I can hopefully get a piece up here. I should have not have put so much glue on top. I guess I was glue happy. Maybe I'll just go like that. So it's just, okay. So there is what that looks like. Don't worry about this because we're going to cover that up. I am going to just trim this piece off here. Okay. So that is what that looks like. I think I have enough. I might just need to come back in with a little bit of glue. And that's okay. All right, so there's that. We're going to bring this that we already done, and we're actually going to put it down here in the bottom. I'm just gonna leave that for a minute. We're gonna bring in those trees. As I said to you, I already cut out trees. I've used Mossy Mellow and Old Olive. So let's bring some trees in. I love this big tree right here. No, I'm gonna put my big tree down here. So actually, I'm just gonna place my trees and then I will glue down this piece here. So I probably want that. You don't want it to be too high up because if you're putting pictures, you want it to come down a bit. I'm kind of liking that. And then I'm going to just tuck off my, I'll bring it sideways just so you can see. Tuck off my like tree trunk in that tree. And then we're going to put a big one up here. And we're going to take, where did I put all those other ones that I did? I just might have did some smaller. No, we're gonna do a green one down here, like the mountain, the trees are in the mountains. You see that? And I should have did a smaller green. You know what, that's okay. Let's do another small green here. Just that looks like an evergreen. And then we'll do one over here. So, oh, that one's kind of wonky. Okay, so that's what we're going to look like. Sometimes I will piece down, just like lay it where I like it. And once I'm happy with it, then I will bring in those other pieces. So let me just move some stuff out of my way. And we're going to glue that down. Now, I will use my Tombow glue. And you're going to do a very, very light touch because this glue likes to come out like no tomorrow. All right, so we're just gonna put that down. And you can leave that a little bit up there. Actually, I'm gonna move that down just a bit. Okay, this I'm going to pop up with our dimensionals. And I tend to do 5, like I'll do 4 around the outside and 1 in the middle. I'm going to bring in my little container. You can see all there's all my letters. All right, we're just gonna put that down there. So I've glued, oops, I haven't glued my trees down up top, so let's do that first. Okay, so just very lightly add some glue on there. I didn't put too much on there. And we're just gonna cover up that seam so you can't even see what we did there. Okay. Now, you could do a lighter green if you wanted. You could do whatever you want. I'm just gonna go 2 dark greens. I'm going, because I should have did some more in a light green, but we didn't, so that's okay. We'll use what we had. Let's trees up in the mountain. So I'm going to tell you the backstory of how this came about as we start to assemble. If you know me or new to me, I have 2 girls and I have a puppy. And my youngest daughter is gone to school, and she's actually in Salt Lake City, Utah at the university taking athletic therapist. So she left the beginning of June, and she said to me, "Hey Mom, I want to do this solo." And I was like, no, I need to go with you. But that girl of mine is determined to do things on her own, and so she did it. So as she drove out, she stopped along at a lot of national parks. She got into hiking and mountain climbing and this last past year and absolutely loves it. So my layout today is inspired by my daughter's trip out west. I'm going to show you the double page that we did, but before I do that, we're actually going to piece down our pictures, and then we're going to do our title, and then I'll show you the spread after we add. So we're going to do our photo mats, our letters, and then I'll show you the pictures, and I'll show you the full spread. I am using clips of coral. My mat is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, which perfectly will fit a 4 by 4 photo. Here is another one. I'm actually just going to tuck my trees under there. This is 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, which will perfectly fit a 4 by 6 mat. And then down here is another 4 by 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, which will easily picture a 4 by 4 mat. Now, as I said to you, it's very important for you to print your pictures off. If I was to go look at my camera roll right now, I have over 15,000 pictures. That is a lot of pictures. My goal this summer is actually to go through those and start printing and creating layouts. How do I print my pictures? I'm going to give you a little tip. I was given this tip many, many moons ago, and I probably could have sold shares in this company because I've used this product so much, and I have shared it with my customers that they have bought it. I have a Canon selfie, so I'll just bring it in. I can't show you how it works because I don't have it all hooked up. This is a Canon selfie, so you can print your own pictures at home. So the pictures you're going to see tonight, I actually printed with this machine literally an hour before we came online. It prints 4 by 6 photos. But what I use is the Project Life app by Becky Higgins. You can get it for an Android or an iPhone. I am an iPhone user. I go into that app, and the configurations that it gives me is so much. I can do a 4 by 6 landscape or portrait. I can do 2 3 by 4s, landscape or portrait. I can do a 4 by 4 and 2 2 by 2s. I can do 8 2 by 2s. There's so many combinations that you do. I truly love it, and that is the reason why, that is how I print my photos. Back in the day when I first started scrapbooking, we used to have photo stores. Like, you would go to the mall and it would be there. Well, guess what? That ain't there anymore. You can go to like some local. I do know a couple friends who've ordered online, and I think if you were to do like a trip or something, you definitely would want to do that. But if you're just printing like individually pictures, you can just do it on your own. But okay, so there is my photo mat. And I probably looks good. I'm happy with that. So before I show you the pictures, we're gonna do our lettering, and then I'm gonna bring it in. So where my daughter stopped along the line was at I think it's Tenton National Park. So Teton National Park, and that was actually in Jackson, near Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And my daughter was like, as soon as she got there, she messaged me. She's like, "Mom, this place is incredible." So the next day, my daughter got up and went kayaking. I tell you, that girl is brave. I need to live like her. She's just living life to the fullest and loving life. There's no fear. She just does it. I really, truly need to take lessons. Okay, so as you can see, I have spelt out the word Jackson. And I just want to make sure actually I might need to come up here a little bit on my words because I want to make sure that I have lake on here. So let me just play around here for a minute. So we've already cut these out with the Alphabet Lamo dies. Early Espresso, we use the adhesive strips. Okay, so you guys see that. Let me just move my camera back a bit. I think that better you can see. Yeah, I think so, maybe. Okay. So we're just going to put that down. Now I think Jackson. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put the letters down, like center them so I know I like them. I'm happy with that. Actually, I might move Jackson over a little bit. And then it's... So when I actually go to put this down, you can use like a ruler just to make sure you're straight, or a piece of paper. I'm just going to probably use a paper. I like that. So I'm actually going to, I think I need to move back a bit. Move you guys up a bit. There we go. Can you see that a little bit? Okay. I'm trying to like move my page up so you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start backwards. We're going to work on the E. And I'm literally just going to pull. I think I need to bring my camera up higher. I will bring it back here in a minute. Oh my gosh, I need nails to pull these off. Okay, so they already have the adhesive on it. Can you see that? Where is that? Right there. I'm actually gonna bring my camera back because I feel like it's too far back. And I will just work and show you as I go. Okay, so I'm just gluing these letters down right now. Maybe I'll turn it sideways so then you can see it. Let me know if that works better. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay, so I'm just peeling off these. Okay, Katie, what's the tip for pulling these babies off? Or Ashley and Laura, tell me. Should I be using my Take-A-Pic tool? They use these all the time. I don't. I tend to forget about this adhesive. I just need to make sure I'm straight. I wouldn't want my letters to be wonky. Okay, so there's that. Ashley says it looks good so far. Thank you, Ashley. Use your Take-A-Pic tool. All right. Ashley says I should use my Take-A-Pic tool. So let's try that. Maybe this will help. My letters are falling everywhere. Okay, so now the thing is I don't need to poke myself. Oh my gosh. Of course my neighbor is going to start cutting her lawn. So if my puppy barks, that's why. Does she not know I do a Facebook Live on Monday nights? I'm just joking. All right. Now let's just straighten up our letters. And truly, when you see the pictures that I have printed for this layout, it totally just brings this page to life. When my daughter sent me these pictures, I was like, oh my gosh, I need those for a scrapbook page. I truly am going to capture her trip. I would love to make her like an album. Or maybe give it to her for Christmas. She, before she left, she actually did, I can't get these off. She actually did Iceland for 2 weeks by herself. Like seriously, who travels by themselves? But she loved it. Her pictures in Iceland were beautiful too. She actually went kayaking and the glaciers were behind her. And I was like, oh my gosh, like just so beautiful. But wait till you see the photos I have because they are truly stunning. Okay, I can be lining them up. I'm truly just eyeballing it because that's tend to be what I usually do. But if you're a person who wants to make sure they're straight, oh look at that, like my N and O are a little high. Let's see if I can bring them down a bit. Oh, I can. So they can be removed if you need to. Let's just, ooh. Okay, bring that down. Okay, so there's that. Now let's do our K. Now, I would love to know, are you a person who journals on your pages? Do you write, do you leave a spot for journaling? Do you write just maybe the year and the date? Do you write the people are in it? Because you got to think about these things. Because if your, family was to look at this album 5 years or 10 years from now, might not remember exactly that this was Jackson Lake, Wyoming, or the person in it. So that is very important. So I will probably go back and add some journaling. Not sure where I will put it, but I definitely will. And I will show you, I think my C is a little crooked here. I will show you what I would recommend for journaling. As I said to you, Stampin' Up! Is coming out with a full line, and I'm so excited, and I cannot wait to see what, honestly, it's gonna be like Christmas that day. Hey Rebecca, thanks for watching. Okay, so there is our scrapbook layout that you can see where we've added Jackson Lake. Okay, so this is one side of it. So let me show you the pictures, because truly this is what makes my page stand out. I should see, that should be good. Okay, so you can see, I'm just going to go. So my daughter, she went kayaking on this lake, and she went out first thing in the morning, and the pictures are stunning. It was a bright sunny day. Wait till you see how beautiful and clear the sky was, the water, and look at the Rockies. I believe these are the Rockies back in the mountain. So when I saw these pictures, these were the colors that I pulled from this picture. And we're actually going to put this one down here. So let me use a little bit of tape. As I said, I printed these on my Canon selfie printer. If you do not have one, I would highly recommend looking it up online. It truly is. And I actually read somewhere, or we have a local camera store in a town that's near me, which is called London. And the guy was saying that, because I was asking, how long do these prints last? And they said about over 100 years. We're never going to be around 100 years. Well, some people are, but. So this is my daughter out on the kayak. Okay, so we're going to put that one here. As I said, I used that Photoshop Project Life app by Becky Higgins to print these pictures in different configurations. Actually, I will show you. Look at this picture. Those are the mountains. And truly, look how clear the water is. It is absolutely stunning. So let me show you, as I was saying, so when I printed this picture, it created a 4x4. And I actually have another picture. So when I printed this picture, it created a 4x4, and then I put two 2x2s by it. So now I have these. I just used the same picture, but I have these for future projects. So that is one thing. You can make these little cute little strips and do some fun things with those. But here was another picture I printed. Look how clear that water is. Isn't that stunning? It just shows you the water and then the lake and then the mountains. That truly is a beautiful picture. I've actually saved some of these for my screen. Okay, I'm going to bring in the double page spread so you can see it. And hopefully our camera view will give you the full caption. So this is the page that we just created. We used the Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. We used the Forever Forest stamp set, the Texture Timbers, and the Alphabet Limodes to create our page. So I'm going to show you this just like this so you can see. So this is our 12x12 layout. I'm going to have to figure out how to move my camera up so you can see more of the full layout, and I will work on that for the next one. Okay, so there's that. Maybe if I go up. Okay, so there's that. And I'm going to show you the next one we're bringing in. So this is a page that I've already completed because I just wanted to make sure that we had time. So we are done before 8 for the thing. So I actually used the exact same spread. I just pulled it across. So it goes across. So it says Grand Teton National Park, Jackson Lake. So we know exactly where she was. Look at this picture. So here are the kayaks. Doesn't that kayak picture look a lot like this paper? It's gorgeous. We used those dies. We used that stamp set. Like, look at this one with the reflection of the Rockies. Like, I couldn't believe, when she sent me that, I was like, oh my God, that looks like a professional picture. And she literally took it with her phone. So phones these days really do capture, especially, I've heard, like, if you're an iPhone user, the iPhone, sorry, it's a little bit of glare. The iPhone Pros are really good for taking pictures. So let me see if I can lay this out for you. And I'm actually going to try just to maybe bring up my camera here. I don't know if I can do this without dropping everything. I really want to do that. Nope, I'm leaving it. It's pretty tight. So let me see. How can you guys see? Can you see that? Kind of shows you. Ashley says, well, great layout, beautiful photos. I bet she had a great time. Oh my gosh, Ashley, I don't know, I'm hoping she will come back. She really, truly loves it out there. So, as I said to you, you're going to want a scrapbook or you're going to want a journal. I would maybe, you could write a little tag. You could put something here. I really need to think about where I want it. You could do something that comes off like this little tree stump. But what I would use is our Stampin' Write journaling marker. These are our new markers, so they have a journaling tip. Oh, that's the wrong one. I thought this was one of our newer ones. Let me get you. Is it a newer one? I think so. Has more of a bullet typed tip. Oh, this is it right here. There's that. So it has a bigger one and then it has a finer one. So we're writing, if I was just to show you, like that's a little big. I necessarily wouldn't probably use that, but that's a nice one for writing. So just so you can see the difference. So that is our black Stampin' Write markers. Before, when we used to have them, we had some really nice ones, and I'm really hoping Stampin' Up! Will come back with some when we carried the Project Lifeline. So that is my layout for tonight. I would love to know your feedback. Did you like this? Do you want to see more? I'm so excited to get back into scrapbooking and show you all the beautiful things that you can do with just paper, ink, and stamps. Sometimes we forget that we can use our Stampin' Up! Products in layouts. And as I showed you tonight, you can easily do that. I will be uploading this video to my YouTube channel, and I will also post it on my blog. I will show you the pages individually, and I will show you what as a spread. I will include all the measurements of what I used, so that if you wanted to recreate this, you can at home. As I said, we used I'll just recap in case you're popping in early, late. I would suggest to go back and watch the replay. So we used the Forever Forest stamp set and the Forever Forest dies. So if you want the mountains, if you've gone out west, which there truly is mountains everywhere, you're going to want this for your collection. And like I said, I can see this being used for Christmas, winter, camping, so many other layout ideas. Maybe you're golfing and you lost your ball in the forest. You could do it, you know what I mean? So this is an encore product, which means it's carried over, so it's not a bundle price, but you buy them separate. And then we use the textured timber stamp set that is online. Cindy said, very nice. Yes, would like to see more. Looks like she is having tons of fun. She is, Cindy. I really, truly hope she comes back. And I'm excited because I do get to go see my girl in the summer. Today was her first day of school, and she messaged me and she's like, Mom, I already have homework. So I didn't really get to chat with her much. She's hopefully going to chat with me later. I think she forgets that we're 2 hours ahead of her. So sometimes when she calls, I'm like, oh, I'm heading to bed. But I truly when she does call, I truly make the time to sit and chat with her because we just miss her so much here. All right, everyone. Not to worry. I will have more projects of her beautiful trip because it truly is stunning. So, I will be back on, I'm going to try to upload this video tomorrow night once I get home and have supper and have time. I will upload this video tomorrow night. I will be back on Wednesday night for another crafty session. And I'm not sure if I'm going to move my time, just because coming into summer, I feel like people are going to be busier at night. I might move my times to 7, just to see what that looks like over the summer. And then you can always catch the replay. I will be back on Wednesday night with a card showing this stamp set, and another sample, and of course I will show you my layout again. So our product of the week is the Forest Friend stamp set and dies. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. I'm sure most people, if you are a hockey fan, will be watching the game. I am heading there now to watch that. I will be back on Wednesday night at, let's go 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I will see you then for another crafty session with Anne. All right, everyone, have a great rest of your night. Oh, don't forget, if there's any of these products that you want to add to your collection, head to my store. So you're going to go to www.stampwithanne.com, click shop now, and use this hostess code if your order is under 200. Over 200, don't use it, because then you're going to get the benefits. If your order is over 50, I will send you an embellishment and a thank you card in the mail. So I would love to know in the comments, if you're watching on the replay, what did you think of my layout? Are you a scrapbooker? Do you want to learn more about scrapbooking? Or tell me, maybe you already are a scrapbooker. I want to know. Scrapbooking versus card making, a little bit of both. Do you want to learn more? Because I can't wait to show you more. So I can tell you, I will be adding scrapbooking more into my my business. So I'm super excited about that. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Let's go Oilers. Let's hope the Cup comes back to Canada. First time in 35 years. Oh my God, this game's going to be wild. We were all talking at work going, please don't go into overtime. I just said they should have a national holiday tomorrow. Everyone should take the tomorrow off. It's going to be a wild night. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for another crafty session. Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining me.